Hi there, Kimberly here from Untitled Psychology. Welcome to the fourth in a series of videos where I'll be talking about helping your child manage difficult emotions as we navigate uncertain times during COVID-19. Today specifically, I'll be talking about some of the mistakes that we parents make when it comes to emotional regulation in our children, as well as some tips to kind of avoid these situations. So we've just been recently told that our circuit breaker here in Singapore is going to be extended by another month. And parents, you might have some super mixed feelings about this. So on one hand, you might be thinking that you're super grateful and really glad to be spending more time at home with your family, while on the other hand, you might have experienced situations where you've been really stressed, really overwhelmed, and really frustrated. So to have mixed feelings about this really is quite okay. When we think about stressful situations in our kids, usually what comes to mind are things like managing their emotions, keeping them meaningfully engaged throughout the day, and also dealing with their excess energy from being cooped up at home all day. And all of this is happening while we're dealing with our own daily responsibilities. So it's first important for us to really take a step back and think about our own emotional well-being here as parents and whether we're doing okay. If you're struggling or having any difficulties, I'd encourage you to check out some of the other videos that have been put together by the other clinicians here at Untitled Psychology, or to check out our website www.untitled.psychology.com to find out more about our support groups that are available during this circuit breaker period, as well as our telehealth services. So the reason why we want to kind of self-reflect and think about this during this crisis period is because when it comes to our child's emotional health and our child's emotional well-being, it really is all about us and our ability to function well as a co-regulator for our child. So to step in when our child is experiencing overwhelming kind of feelings of frustration, to implement that calm down plan before a tantrum occurs. So when we think about tantrums or emotional meltdowns or whining, we usually are very quick to respond with scolding or with discipline. So immediately we think that what our children are doing is wrong, that their behavior is wrong, and we need to put a stop to it immediately. Or we might take it quite personally, thinking that our kids are intentionally trying to get on our nerves when we're trying to do things. However, this can be quite dangerous because when we respond with anger and with punishment to our child when they're feeling quite overwhelmed, telling them things like stop crying or don't cry, what we are actually doing is that we are sending the message that feelings are not meant to be felt, and what they're experiencing right now is wrong. And this can be harmful or unhelpful because when it comes to emotions and emotional kind of like difficulties, they might get trapped in a vicious cycle that might be quite difficult for them to break free from in the future. So, parents, during this time of crisis and during this COVID-19 circuit breaker time, I'd like you to remember three very important things. Number one, please do not take anything personally. Please remember that children, they are not developmentally able to manage or regulate their own emotions, therefore they're counting on us. It's not their fault if they get swept up in strong emotions, and that when we kind of step back and have a think about it, they probably don't like changes to their daily routine or the current situation as much as we don't like it. Number two, take a deep breath and reflect on whether you need help. So what we talked about earlier on is that as parents, it can be so stressful for us, and we have so many things to deal with and manage: our work, our daily responsibilities, looking after our partner, looking after our children, heaps of things going on every day, and it's so difficult for us to pour from a cup that is empty. So if you need help or you're struggling, I'd encourage you to find that help first and to take care of yourself, to be patient and to be compassionate towards yourself during this time. Number three, I'd like you to kind of be present. So to ground yourself in the present moment and to really listen to your children and to understand what they're trying to say. Because a lot of the time when we are empathic and we're seeing things from their perspective, we'll see that they are trying hard. So when we carry out these three simple steps, only then can we effectively function as parents and be good co-regulators to our kids. So I'll be talking more about this in videos to come, but until then, take care everyone and stay safe.